All right. Well, hello from afar. Um, we're going to talk today about bipolar disorder and an integrative approach. And so we'll go ahead and just jump right in. We're going to talk today about some drawbacks to the conventional approach, different type of assessments that will help you really put together a nice integrative plan. All right. Well, let's just cover the difference between the different types of bipolar disorder. So it's usually broken down into three different types. Bipolar 1, which is characterized by a full manic episode, and these manic phases can have high amounts of really risky behavior. Individuals tend to spend a lot of money in a short period of time. They can have sexual indiscretions. So it's a much bigger episode than what we would call a hypomanic episode, which is more characteristic in bipolar 2. What about IBD? So there is an association between bipolar and IBD, showing that inflammatory bowel disease and the associations with antibodies to dietary proteins in bipolar disorder. We've got gluten sensitivity, which is different than celiacs, right? This is more a diagnosis of exclusion. We can have intestinal symptoms and extraintestinal symptoms, which would be mood symptoms. And it should be evaluated when celiac disease is negative. So elimination and challenge is the gold standard for this. What about fasting and mental health? So interesting. The difference, so let's do some clarification. The difference between fasting and cleanse. So fasting is abstaining from all food and drink other than water for an extended period of time, compared to cleanse, which is enhancing your detoxification through liver support. It doesn't necessarily restrict food or drink. Okay. So fasting and caloric restricted diets without malnourishment have been shown to be beneficial for mood disorders and anxiety. Okay, well, how are we going to get those minerals in plant form? So two of my favorite ways is to increase our leafy green herbage. And so here are two of my favorite recipes. Got our creamy cilantro dip on one side, which is loaded with super good fats. We've got omega-3 fatty acids from the hemp seeds, and then cilantro. And you can jazz it up any way you want, if you want it to be hot or not. And then also looking at pestos, regular basil pesto is fantastic as well. I love parsley. Parsley is so rich in minerals and tends to have just a slightly milder flavor. So I find it works really well in kids too. Here are known modulators. We have N-acetylcysteine, acetyl L-carnitine, SAMe, CoQ10, alpha-lipoic acid, creatine, and melatonin. So which ones might be helpful with bipolar disorder? Okay, things to avoid in bipolar, glycine. So glycine can be extremely stimulating. I've seen this clinically as well with glycine triggering hypomanic conversion. So be very careful with any form of glycine. SAMe, same thing.